Oh, sorry guys. So welcome back. This is the next part of my tutorial on making nice looking scenes. We're doing the advanced part where we're going to have a high polygon object. It's going to have a displacement map on it to give it physical detail, so on and so forth. I've already tried to do this. I fucked up really bad, like really bad. I'm actually going to decide to upload my failed video. You're welcome to watch it. It might give you a little bit of a chuckle. I just kind of like stop. I'm like, oh crap, and I just like kind of cut the video short. So I'm gonna have to just it's already done basically, so I can't really undo it. I took the ground plane, and I took my cube here that I've got, and I, what's it called, subdivided them, oh god, on facet at 0% fractal to give them more polygons. I did not give them too many polygons. If you do that, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble. I just gave them enough to reach about this point, you know, a good point, and then I subpatched them. I subpatched them by pressing tab. Subpatching is a form of smoothing. It will increase the polygon count and tessellate things to give it a smooth surface. Because we used cubic, it kind of fucks up with the texture a little bit on this one, because we used cubic to texture it. That's why you don't generally use cubic to texture things, because you can't really subpatch them. And I'm talking really fast because I kind of have to, because I've fucking tried this already and I messed it up, and I just want to get through it. I'm kind of tired already of doing this, so I just want to get through it and deal with it. So next I added in the displacement map to both objects. I came to realize very quickly that both displacement maps are not the best displacement maps in the world. As you can see, they are very, very bright. This is the displacement map for the ground, and this is the displacement map for the cube, which isn't horrible, but it's not. I could change it up a bit. I would suggest changing it up. To be honest, I'd probably make it a bit higher contrast is what I would do, and this one I would darken, but I can't do that right now because I have to change everything, because I fucked everything up. So I'm going to disable that. I'm going to disable this as well. As you can see, the texture is a bit fucked up there, but it fixes itself a bit when we apply the height map to it. I'm talking really fast. I'm so fucking sorry. I'm such an idiot. So I'm going to actually decrease the brightness of that and increase the contrast, because I want to see these cracks pop out just a little bit more. So this is going to be physical detail, which means it's actually going to increase the polygon count of our objects. As you can see, we are no longer dealing with 6 polygons. We are dealing with, for this ground plane, we have 25,088 polygons. For this one, we got 10,240. The reason why is because of subpatching. In here it will say, oh, 256. Well, that's not bad. And this one will say, oh, 1,280. That's not bad at all. But they're subpatched, and that's what makes them so high polygon count. If you want to change the polygon count of a subpatched object, change the display subpatch level and the display meatball resolution and the display and the render meatball resolution, because those change what it renders at and what it displays at. So this should be at 7 and this should be at 7 for me. Fucking almost put that at 710. My computer would fucking explode. I'm really pissed off because I really messed up, and I'm really angry at myself now. Okay, so I'm actually going to increase the contrast to this one because I want those each individual piece to pop out a little bit more. I'm also going to decrease the brightness a little bit and just play around with the object. Oh, actually I want to decrease the contrast, that's right, and increase the brightness. That's how it works. There we go. Get a little bit more dark into those. So I believe in a displacement map, just like a normal map and a bump map, white gets pushed out, black gets pushed in. That's sort of one way of thinking it. I believe in reality black stays where it is, and then white gets lifted up, or something along those lines. So I'm trying to, you know, make sure that black is where it is and the white stays white. And that should give me some good work, hopefully. I realize they're not exactly the best maps in the world. I could have gone with a different texture to get a better map, but I couldn't either. Fuck. How could I know that? Sorry, I'm really pissed off. Anyways, no, I entered the wrong one. I'm an idiot. Oh god. So in displacement map for the ground, by the way, I also had to put them on a separate layer, because you have to be able to edit them separately. So I put them on separate layers. Sorry, before I didn't, but you have to when you're dealing with displacement maps and changing the subpatch level, which is under the geometry tab. Oh my god. Okay, so go to this one, displacement map, or no, sorry, fuck. You go to this one, you go to deform tab, displacement map. I'm going to slow down, and then you know, image map. You go to your UV, your texture, whatever it happens to be, and then we go to soil, and it's gonna really fuck everything up because that's how it works. And what we do is we change the texture amplitude until we get something that works. I believe it was 0.2 I used. No, it has to be lower than that. That seems okay. So as you can see, it's not really following all the cracks or anything like that. The normal map and the bump map kind of help with that anyways, so we're not too worried about that. This is just for physical detail. We can even lower it down just a little bit, we don't want it too sharp in certain areas, so we can lower that down. Let's go to this, and we can actually change it by adding more polygons to it. As you can see, as we add more polygons, we get more detail put into it, to the point at which it just looks like shit. You can have so much detail into an object that it looks bad. We don't want that, so we're not going to have that. But I think 7 was a good amount that I chose. We can change last. I don't use last when it comes to detail like this. I use first because we get more actual lift out of you know, where we want it. So that's what I do. Oh god. I might actually go with something like, you can see that's jumping the gun. If I go to say 10, we're dealing with 51,200 polygons. I don't think I want that. That'll take a very long time to render. Also, how did it look at 10? Eek, I don't really like that. Yeah, it's primarily because the map itself is not that great. I could have edited it myself in Photoshop or even GIMP if you prefer. And I could have done that, but I decided not to. So we added the displacement map to that, and now it actually has physical detail. So if we view it at an angle, like we did before, we would actually see physical detail in it, which is always a good thing to have. Now we're going to add it to this one, but this one's special because we can't go displacement map, because if we do that, it won't work, because displacement map is a prick. Instead, we have to use the nodal form. This is the only way to do it. Sorry, guys. And we do it like this. In my failed video, I could not for the life of me remember how to do this, and I fucked up so bad. Anyway, I'm going to put that away, so we don't need it right now. So this is how you set it up. What you need is a scale vector. So under vector, oh wait, no, it thinks of, so under math, vector, and then scale, that's this one here. And then we have a layer, which is a scalar layer, right here. And that's what we're going to apply the texture to. And then we have a spot info, and it has this smoothed normal, which is what we need. So this is what holds the texture. It already has the texture in it, as you can see. It's got virtually no opacity on it because I was playing with it. It's got no mip map strength. I don't know what the fuck that is. I'm angry. Sorry, pissed off. and then we just plug the result into the input of the displacement. This is already here, so don't worry. If you don't have that, I don't know what you're doing. If you do not have this, you're fucked up, because that's there by default, so it should be there. And then you just play with the opacity in this case. It'll look a little bit messed up, and that's because this is not the best map in the world. I should have chosen it better, but you can see that it does add the detail where it thinks it should, which I guess is, you know, it's better than not, I suppose. Anyways, looking at that, we don't need that. Let's get rid of that. Let's look at the rest of this. We can increase it just a little bit just to get that detail in, like so. And then let's see about changing this. I don't remember what this does. It like flattened it out. I don't think I want that. Do I? Probably not. No, it really fucked it up, didn't it? So let's get rid of that. We don't need that. It's not our friend, it's our enemy. In this case. I've had it before and it doesn't change anything, but whatever. We want pixel blending, might as well go with the high. Repeat, whatever. Seems to be all working. Awesome. And I mean, yeah, it's not a great map, unfortunately. I could have gone with a better one. I could have edited it myself just to make it work better. Unfortunately, I did not, and I paid the price for it, so sue me. Sorry, guys. That's just how it turned out. I could increase the polygon count, and you'll see that it starts adding more detail. It starts actually working. I could do that. That works. But we're dealing with 64,000 polygons now, just on this cube alone. That's a lot. So I mean, I would that might be like the most I would go for, because yeah, I'd maybe go around maybe 5. Yeah, I would go. Oh, fuck. Sorry, I'm just angry. I'll go 5, and then under here. Oh, whoops, no. Sorry, under here, you could play with the layer opacity again and get some more bump out of it. There we go. That's working really well now because we increased the polygon count. Of course, by increasing that polygon count, we are indeed really messing up with the render time. So the render time is not going to be good in this video. Why is that really fuck it up? I find that weird. Like, what if I go like 0, 1? I think it sort of like smooths it out a little bit, which is really good. That's really what I'm looking for. A little bit more smoothness to it. But it's a little bit difficult to define between it being smoothed or it being flat right now. Yeah, that'll work. Sure, whatever works. So, this is the original render. 4 minutes and 2 seconds. This one's going to take about 10 minutes. I don't know if that's true, but probably, to be honest, because this is 64,000 polygons. This is 25,088, so a lot, basically. That's what is that? What is that? That's like 89,000 polygons. So it's quite a lot. I mean, there are people out there like William on the New Tech site, and a few other people who've spent days working on like the wheel of a airplane, and they have like 1 million polygons put into it. Like, but that's like render server, that's render farm type of quality there. Like, you don't mess around with that kind of shit. So yeah, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm not going to let you guys sit through this and kill yourselves over this. I'm actually gonna stop the video here, and then I'm gonna start it back up once it's finished rendering. I imagine it's gonna take at least, fuck this, man. It took nearly a minute for 1%, so that's gonna be 100 minutes. That's gonna be almost two hours for the radiosity, and at least another 2 hours for maybe the frame. So this could take about 4 hours to render on my computer, and my computer is a pretty decent one, again, like I've said. So if you're going to go into animation, I do recommend getting a really good computer. But I don't want to tell you that your computer sucks. I don't want to tell you that you need a super beast computer. You can always just invest into a server, or just go with what you have. That's perfectly fine. Whatever works. So I'll see you guys in like a millisecond, because you guys get to miss out on the waiting fun, whereas I have to sit here and wait all day. Toodles. Alright there, hello YouTube and welcome back. Okay. Apparently F1 even opens up the manual on mirrorless action. Cool. So it finished its render. As you can see, this is not the render. This is the previous one, the 4-minute one, the flat one. Honestly, I would have changed the maps if I had instance, say, if I had more time, if I you know, made more time for myself, and I decided to put more effort into this, I would have made better maps for the displacement, because it doesn't look that much more amazing. But believe me when I say that adding a displacement map does make your scene look much more incredible looking. So I'm going to switch it over, and this is it. I think, hold on. Where is it? There it is. So there it is. You can see that it really bulges all along there, and it kind of messes up the textures. Again, that's because of the issue with it being a cubic texture instead of a UV texture, which would have been preferred. At any rate, we can look at this here, and we can take a closer look at the differences. As you can see, this part's been pushed down quite a lot, and these parts have been lifted up. Some of the little squares have been pushed up a little bit. If I really increase the polygon count a shit ton, this actually didn't take quite as long. It only took 22 minutes and 28 seconds, which is nice. Then, you know, it would have been nicer if each individual piece was pushed up instead of having it more flat like that. But that's because it has such a low polygon count. You know, that's life. And then as for this, we have I don't know if you guys could hear that buzzing sound. That was caused by my headset, actually. Kind of interesting. Any rate, we can take a look at this. This is a better example. We can actually see some of the individual pieces here bulge out a little bit, which is always what we're looking for. So that looks much nicer, doesn't it? Of course, when it came to lighting, it didn't change a drastic amount. Again, we don't have many objects. You need objects in your scene to change lighting a lot. Polygon count doesn't account for as much, but it does a little bit. So that's that. I mean, that's pretty much it for the entire tutorial. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Please do tune in for more tutorials and so on and so forth. And again, hope you guys start releasing some stuff. I wouldn't mind seeing some of your work. I wouldn't mind seeing what some people out there are capable of. Even just images are fine. Images are great. Animations are better. And yeah, see you guys later, and always keep in mind normal maps, bump maps, specularity maps, diffuse maps, the regular texture, and of course your displacement maps later on. You get get some real detail going into your scenes, especially if you find one that works better than this texture specifically. You'll find some really good ones out there, and you'll find some really nice looking scenes once you finally get it all set up. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Please do tune in for more. This has been The Guardian, signing out.